Hi, this is Math 1428, remote delivery for April 24th, 2020. This is part 2 of 2 parts, and I call this End Game Notes. Some terms of reference. I want to share with you sort of where my head is. I like teaching math, and I have to give you grades. I have emphasized and continue to emphasize providing you quality content for your learning over assessment. But I have to give you grades, and grades will be earned and will be rendered. But this time around, it's been way different. It would have been better face-to-face in class, but we did okay. Teaching and learning continued unabated. And this is a time for flexibility. The quality of mercy is not strained. That's where my head is. Grading model. I'm still entering grades, but serious individual audit is planned before entering final week. I want to make sure that I've captured everything that you have to offer by that time. The good news is there is still time if you haven't done all of this stuff. There's still an opportunity. There will be a last quiz over Chapter 5 and Chapter 6 material. I am planning on putting this online to help you prepare for the way the final will be provided. It will not be self-graded and self-reported, and you'll have more later on this quiz, including the content and the procedures. As we enter the final exam week, your year-to-date total will represent 2/3 of your grade. For many of you, this is a good thing because the grades will be higher this way, in part because of the self-grading and self-reporting. As it always was planned from the initial syllabus, the final exam will be comprehensive, it is mandatory, and it will comprise the remaining 1/3 of your grade. Now, these final 2 assessments, the quiz over Chapter 5 and Chapter 6, and the comprehensive final exam, will likely induce some separation between students. So I encourage you to prepare for these exams as you would for any exam. But, again, it is a time for flexibility. The quality of mercy is not strained, and so do not let this be a cause for anxiety. The final exam itself, it will be online, and so is it constrained, and it will be different than what it would have been if we were doing this in class. It will not be self-graded, and it will not be self-reported. It will be aligned with COD final schedule guidelines. I will be providing content guidance about what will be on the exam, and perhaps, I'm still working to see if this is possible, schedule a Zoom wrap session in class. This would not be mandatory and would be videotaped if we do it. Your GSG leader, Hoy, will be shared content for both of these assessments and is available to help you prepare. And the broader Learning Commons also has availability, although it is a virtual availability. The best contact route for me was and is, and this is what I put into the syllabus at the beginning and it's still true, is through the Learning Commons. This is the Learning Commons main telephone number. Now, there's not someone sitting there to answer the phone, but this voicemail is monitored. People are being paid to monitor this voicemail. It is well monitored, and they have contacted me directly as a priority in various efficient ways. So this is the best way to get a hold of me instead of sending me an email that I get to add to my 8,500 emails that I'm dealing with right now. So, this is today. This star is going dark because this is my final discussion with you on this day as a group. we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contact classes, and this isn't really contact, but 6 classes that were scheduled. I plan to be doing remote delivery for all of these. And this is the COD final exam schedule, and so this is when the final exam will be administered. Monday, May 11th, noon to 1:50 p.m. So before final exam week, we have 6 remaining contact lectures. I do plan on sharing things with you for you to learn in those, because I want this to be a good learning experience for you. On Monday, May 4th, I will post for you to do the Chapter 5 and 6 content quiz. There'll be more details coming next week on this, but please consider this not only an opportunity to earn some points before the comprehensive and mandatory final exam, but consider this a dress rehearsal for how the final exam is going to work. These quiz results will be reviewed in class. The key and your results will be reviewed in class on May 6th. And the comprehensive final exam content guidance will also be provided on May 6th. What is it going to cover? And I again am exploring potentially having a non-mandatory recorded Zoom session on May 8th. The final event happens on May 11th. It is comprehensive and mandatory. It begins, as the College of DuPage insists it does, at noon, but the college says it ends at 1:50 p.m. But you know that I really did not want to constrain you to those times, and so as an accommodation, I double the time. So it will begin at noon, but it will end at 4 p.m. So now, more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now, more than ever, take care of yourself and others.